This is a tool that can capture any text showing up on your screen, and it could save you hours of work. It's called Text Sniper. Let's dive into it. All right, so let's take a concrete example and then I'll show you the different options with the tool. Let's say when you want to book a flight and you are taking a picture of your passport, then instead of copying every single digit on the website, what Text Sniper allows you to do is to just grab, and here I'm just pressing a shortcut to activate Text Sniper, and you can see this little target as a cursor that I have now. And then I can select this region where I want to capture the text. And so by selecting this passport number, it's gonna copy it to the clipboard, and then now I can go anywhere and just paste it. And there you go, you have the numbers. So that saves you a tremendous amount of time because you don't have to type anything. And so it uses machine learning to recognize any character on the image. That can be very useful if you have, I don't know, Teams maybe presentations and you want to capture some piece of text that are showing up on the screen, some very essential information, and you don't have time to write it down. You just capture the thing and you can paste it directly in your notes. That works also really well for credit card numbers. If you have a photo of your credit card and you wanna, or any credit card, and you want to copy paste the numbers very easily and fast, then you can use this tool. The tool is a menu bar application, and it also has some text-to-speech feature. So when you select some text, it can also say it out loud. I'm not using this feature, but you could. And in the preference, it's very simple. You just select what you want to use to capture the section on your photo, or to activate the Text Sniper. And so in this case, I have a capture text, and there's also a capture without line breaks. So let's see how this works. All right, so let's take an example. For example, this document, you are in a meeting and someone is presenting this document and you want to select some pieces of it and keep it as in your notes. So one option that you have, and that's what I showed you, you have one shortcut, which is for me Command-Shift-3, and then here I select this entire text. And when I go to my notes, I can just paste it, and it keeps the formatting of, somewhat the formatting of the text. It missed the bullet points here, and I think that's they are trying to work on it, or they said they worked on it, but it doesn't work so well. And this is one of the caveats of the tool right now. All right, so now you have this other option to select the text, which is using Command-Shift-2. And let's say this second line is here just because there were no space after the word text here. But the sentence should be together. So here I'm using this other option where when I select this entire text, and when I copy it, it ignores the line breaks and everything is on one line. So that can be very handy depending on the situations you are in. This is a nice other options to have. All right, so the tool supports different languages, and it supports simplified Chinese. So if I want to select some simplified Chinese here and I want to paste it, you notice that it doesn't work. And the reason is you have to specifically select in the preferences, you have to select in general the language, the recognition language. And here I would need to choose Chinese simplified. And then if we try again now, I'm sorry, I was too fast. So if we try again now, then I can paste the Chinese characters. I don't know if that looks right to me. But this is how you would do it. If you have any Roman languages, so if you have English, let's say selected, and you wanna get some Spanish, that works totally fine. It gets it. So if I go to this website and I just select this title here, I select this entire thing and then I paste it, and then it got it perfectly well. Okay, so he got it perfectly well. And so this is only for Chinese right now, that you have to specifically choose that language. All right, so the tool works most of the time very well, and it makes little errors, but sometimes it does make errors. And even for simple text like the passport, for example, some very easy, you would think very easy characters to copy and detect, it still makes some mistakes. And the most obvious one is this one with some programming code. And so if I were to select this entire text, for example, and if I want to paste it here in my notes, The first thing you would notice is that it completely ignores the spaces and the formatting of the text, and that's kind of a shame. So it does the break lines, but it doesn't do the spaces, and that's a little bit frustrating, because then you have to go through each line and just do the spacing right. Or if you have auto formatter, then you could use that to just space it out correctly. But like the text before that we did with the bullet points, it didn't get that. So that's frustrating, and I wish there could be some improvement to this tool. The other thing is sometimes there are characters that it doesn't detect well. I don't know if the model that they used is not well trained on this type of characters, or I don't know if it's a setting or a recognition or post-treatment of the image. I don't know what's going on, but let's see this one, for example, with credential, parentheses, and bracket, and here with credentials, and it got the bracket wrong. It put an L instead. So that's a mistake here. And here again, there was a bracket, parentheses, curly braces. It completely ignored that, and it just put a J. Yeah, that could be a problem. And then here, it completely messed up the curly braces. It just put some random characters. It looks like a L. So it's a bit frustrating, because then you have to go through all the text again. You cannot trust it 100%. And that I really wish they would improve it. But I don't see frequent updates on the app. The last one was 7 months ago, unfortunately. So hopefully in the future, this will be corrected. All right, so what's the price of this tool? Well, the price of this tool is one license for one Mac is $799, and unlimited license on the Mac store is $1199. If you can use it on more than one Mac, I would recommend to get the unlimited license, because otherwise it's a bit annoying, and just for $2 I think it's worth getting the unlimited license. All right, time for a score. So we have TextSniper here, a productivity tool. The accuracy is a 7.5. Again, most of the time it gets it right, and that's fine, and you can use it. But sometimes for some reason it just doesn't get it. Even for something that looks simple, it just doesn't get it, or the bullet points, it doesn't get them. It misses the formatting, and that's a tad frustrating. The interface is a 9. There's not really any interface, but the preferences, I guess, are very nice, and you can choose your shortcuts for different actions, so that's good. And the way you select the area that you want to capture is very nice. Maybe it would be good to have an option that sometimes pauses the selected area, and then you can just change that area a little bit more, but maybe not. Maybe it's just easier to do it again. So it's a 9. It's a solid 9 for sure. Platforms, it's not available on mobile, but I put a 7 because I don't think you need this on mobile necessarily. And Apple, if you are using an iPhone, I don't know about Android, but Apple is doing this, in the OS itself, where when you have an image, you can just select the text and extract the information from it. So they integrated this over the last year. So I don't think, it's very needed anymore on mobile. Time saved, I mean, even though it makes mistakes and you have to, review the text that it copied, it's still a lot of time saved, especially when you have those big giant paragraphs that you can just copy and paste into your notes. It's just a tremendous amount of time saved. The ease of use is a 10. I mean, it's extremely easy. You just activate a shortcut on your computer and select an area, and that's it. It's in the clipboard, and you just have to paste the text. It cannot really be easier than this. So there we go. The overall score is 49.5. I think you should definitely have this tool in your toolbox. It can save you a lot of time. And let me know in the comments what you thought of the review. It's not a sponsored review. I've been using this tool for over a year now, and I think it's a good tool, so I thought I would share it. And it's using OCR and machine learning under the hood, so it falls under AI, and it's perfect for this channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.